God is omniscient. He knows everything. Everything possible, everything actual, all events and all creatures of the past, the present, and the future. He is perfectly acquainted with every detail in the life of every being, in heaven, in earth, and in hell. He knoweth what is in the darkness. Daniel 2:22. Nothing escapes his notice, nothing can be hidden from him, nothing is forgotten by him. Well may we say with the psalmist, "Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it." Psalms 139:6. His knowledge is perfect. He never errs, never changes, never overlooks anything. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and opened unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. Hebrews 4:13. Yes, such is the God with whom we have to do. Thou knowest my down-sitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Psalms 139, verses 2 through 4. What a wondrous being is the God of Scripture. Each of his glorious attributes should render him honorable in our esteem. The apprehension of his omniscience ought to bow us in adoration before him. Yet how little do we meditate upon this divine perfection? Is it because the very thought of it fills us with uneasiness? How solemn is this fact! Nothing can be concealed from God. For I know the things that come into your mind, every one of them. Ezekiel 11:5. Though he be invisible to us, we are not so to him. Neither the darkness of night, the closest curtains, nor the deepest dungeon can hide any sinner from the eyes of omniscience. The trees of the garden were not able to conceal our first parents. No human eye beheld Cain murder his brother, but his Maker witnessed his crime. Sarah might laugh derisively in the seclusion of her tent, yet it was heard by Jehovah. Achan stole a wedge of gold and carefully hid it in the earth, but God brought it to light. David was at much pains to cover up his wickedness, but ere long the all-seeing God sent one of his servants to say to him, "Thou art the man." And to writer and reader is also said, "Be sure your sin will find you out." Numbers 32:23. Men would strip deity of his omniscience if they could. What a proof that the carnal mind is enmity against God. Romans 8:7. The wicked do as naturally hate this divine perfection as much as they are naturally compelled to acknowledge it. They wish there might be no witness of their sins, no searcher of their hearts, no judge of their deeds. They seek to banish such a God from their thoughts. They consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. Hosea 7:2. How solemn is Psalm 98. Good reason has every Christ-rejecter for trembling before it. Thou hast set our iniquities before thee, our secret sins in the light of thy countenance. But to the believer, the fact of God's omniscience is a truth fraught with much comfort. In times of perplexity, he says with Job, "But he knoweth the way that I take." 23:10. It may be profoundly mysterious to me, quite incomprehensible to my friends, but he knoweth. In times of weariness and weakness, believers assure themselves, "He knoweth our frame, he remembereth that we are dust." Psalms 103:14. In times of doubt and suspicion, they appeal to this very attribute, saying, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me, and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Psalms 139, verses 23 and 24. In time of sad failure, when our actions have belied our hearts, when our deeds have repudiated our devotion, and the searching question comes to us, "Lovest thou me?" we say, as Peter did,